Have you ever been out with friends and suddenly realized you needed to borrow money to pay for your lunch? Embarrassing, right? Did you pay them back? Maybe with a few extra dollars as a thank you? If you did, you're a trustworthy person. Most people don't plan on asking a friend to loan them lunch money. It's accidental. But deliberately borrowing money from a bank for expensive purchases is common, and the concepts are the same. The bank loans you the money now, and you pay them back at a later date or slowly over time, with an extra amount as a fee for borrowing the money. Most people don't have the ability to pay cash for houses or cars, and a loan is the only way to buy them, but you need to be smart about it.
So, how exactly does a bank loan work?
When a bank or other lender loans money, they're taking a risk. How do they know the borrower will pay them back? If your friend asks to borrow money for lunch, you probably trust them to repay you, right? But why would a bank give money to a stranger? Well, a loan is a contract between the borrower and lender, and if it's not paid back, the borrower will be in legal trouble. But the main reason is that the bank will make money by charging an extra fee. In the end, the borrower must pay back the principal, which is the amount they borrowed, and the interest, which is the fee for borrowing it. This is how banks make their money. Most personal loans require monthly payments over several years and use simple yearly interest. For example, let's say you take out a $1,000 loan with an annual 5% interest rate that you agree to pay back over 3 years. 5% of $1,000 is $50 in interest each year, and so the total interest over the 3 years is $150. In the end, you must pay back $1,150, and this divided up over 36 months means you pay $31.95 each month. The lender ends up making $150 for loaning you the money. In a way, a credit card is like a little personal loan too. You borrow the money and pay it back on a regular basis. Credit cards even have interest rates, though they're usually much higher than a typical bank loan. So it's important you pay off your credit card bills right away, or you'll end up paying a huge fee. Some small loans have a contract where you only promise to pay the principal back. However, the bank may require collateral, something valuable that you already own, which the bank will claim if you don't pay the loan. This is called a secured loan. Stocks, bonds, cars, and savings accounts are examples of collateral. If you fail to pay the loan, the bank will take and sell your collateral to get their money back. Loans sound like an easy way to get what you want now and pay later, but there are dangers. On top of the principal you're responsible for, there may be additional fees and interest accumulation, making the loan even more expensive than intended. If you borrow too much money and can't pay it back, you could lose your collateral and damage your credit score. Too much debt could even lead to default and bankruptcy. Here's some helpful tips to avoid that kind of trouble. Only take out a loan for a large and necessary purchase or a sound investment and pay it off quickly. Only take out a loan if you know you can repay it without undue stress on yourself. Don't borrow money hoping to pay it back with a raise or bonus you don't have yet. And don't borrow money for a term that will last longer than the item you want to buy.
Oh, I got it. So how do I get started?
Here are a few steps to properly plan for a loan. First, review your budget and see how much you make, how much you spend and save, and how much money you have left to put towards the loan payment. You don't want to end up taking out a loan with a monthly payment too big for your budget. Second, decide how much you need to borrow and the total amount, with interest, that you'll have to pay back. You may decide that the final cost is too high and decide to wait and save up the money to pay cash. Or you might pay for part of the purchase with cash, this is called a down payment, then borrow the remaining amount. By putting some money down, your loan will be smaller and the interest rate won't be so much. Third, shop around for the best interest rates and loan terms at different banks. Review the terms carefully. Loans are a financial product and banks will compete for your business. So find a loan that's right for you. Taking out a loan is a major commitment. Borrowing responsibly can help you achieve some pretty important milestones in life. Just remember that decisions about when and what to borrow should be made carefully. But now you know how. Subscribe and watch more at PragerUkids.com.